should have like a playlist like ready to go. I mean, I do technically. It's on YouTube, but it is what it is. I should be okay with this. Also, the music from the Tony Hawk thing didn't like take down my stream, so how fortuitous. Let's keep this playing. The kid is trying to be a little more productive. Trying to be, at least. So, this is Eddie's. I also have been home for a minute. I just got back. Technically last week. I kind of meandered, cleaned up a little. But, trying to be more productive. Oh, I hope I'm not dropping anything. Hold up. Hold up. Usually YouTube is fine. Let me make sure Twitch is up too. Okay. Hopefully it looks pretty good. Looks good on my end. But probably streaming plus hoping Unreal, all that good stuff. Can't imagine that's good for just a lot of processes running around in the background. What was I doing? Oh, hold up. I keep forgetting that. Is there like a command I can do on Twitch? I could just change the category for me? Because I'm definitely not playing Tekken 8. That's for sure. Oh, wait. Is there like a... Oh, okay, no. Okay, just checking. Technically, I've been working on this for a couple of months now. It's just I need to just focus on a layout and kind of get it how I want it. Every time I'm doing something, I will think of a different way to do it, and then I'll like get distracted and think of another different way to do it, and I'll just keep changing things. So I need to just stick with a layout and kind of get it in a spot that's good. Get it in a spot that's show offable. And kind of move like that, low key. Doesn't make any sense. One thing I tell my students all the time, at least, is use what you got. Use the free assets that you have available. Unreal has like a ton of free assets that you can use. And if we're just like for school reasons, yeah, you can use these assets to make anything you need, level wise, scene wise, whatever it is, you know. And when you do make it, and you do have like an artist on your team who could make assets for you, then you can, you know, have a little bit more specificity with what you're looking for. As of right now, I don't have an artist I could just call up and be like, yo, I need like XYZ because I'm thinking about doing XYZ. So, but it's cool. like I said, because of the free asset situation, there's like a ton of stuff you can use. And at that point, it is just, I mean, Unreal is free, so yeah, if you got a strong enough computer, it just takes a little time. That's one thing a teacher friend said to one of his classes. Game design is just a time-consuming situation. It's time-consuming, and I just thinking about the amount of games that are released all the time. Unfortunately, there's no guarantee that your game specifically is going to be the one that takes off. Who knows? Your game could be the next Among Us. Your game could also be the millions of Among Us clones that go unnoticed because everybody's trying to make that Among Us money. Maybe I could just flip this. Everybody's trying to make that Among Us money. That's just the nature of the industry, unfortunately. It is what it is. And we just gotta, who knows? But that's why if you're trying to get into game design, you gotta really like it. I guess you can say about anything. You just gotta like it. Like, not just game design, but whatever the career is that you're finding yourself in, you just gotta like it. Cause if you don't, that's gonna be a tough existence. Which is kind of where I find myself right now. Like, it's fine. Well, what I mean is fine is like teaching wise. Teaching is fine. It's something to keep me busy. I gotta like constantly gotta look over my slides for this week too. It keeps me on my toes and stuff. Honestly, I should probably put a little more effort into it so that whatever is like the newest update for Unreal, I am aware of whatever the changes are. At least as it pertains to level design. As it pertains to level design, that is. So this is just meant to be some sort of small in scope environment that I was working on. And like I said, it's always changing. Oops. It's always changing, so I'm always doing this and doing that, and I'm like, oh wait, I actually want to do it this way. Like, before I even thought about using the landscape tool, I was like, how am I gonna give this like a unified base type of feel situation, or a unified village type of feel? And they had this that's really bugging me. It must be because I'm trying to. Well, I'm playing games when I stream. That takes up a lot of bandwidth too, right? But it's like I'm dropping every other frame or something. I mean, it's at 60 FPS, but is it good? Is it good or am I tripping? Oh no, it's fine. You see the little band-aid on my face. Okay, it's actually fine. I'm tripping. That's distracted me, but it's cool. I might hop on something later, but I need to crack down and be more diligent about this. do I want to do this? Honestly, level design is really just a lot of trial and error. Like, this isn't even. I'm not even doing anything that has to do with mechanics. I haven't even gotten to that aspect of. I don't even know if I am going to add mechanics to this. But this specifically is just a lot of trial and error. But this will also show people that I'm proficient in Unreal. So there's that. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I wish this was something that I could just do in maybe like in a week's time. Like maybe I should challenge myself to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna see how far I can get in a week. Like actually sitting down. I'll have the stream to keep me honest. The semester is kind of wrapping up, so I'll have a little bit. Well, we only get like a week 2 break, and I'll be in Texas for that. But in this time of the semester wrapping up, I do want to see how far I can get and try and have something good to show off. That's like the biggest issue at least for me, how long it takes to show something off. How long it takes to show something off is my biggest hurdle. It's like God has given me all this free time. And it's like it's like he's showing me what I need to do, what I need to work on. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it. I'll do a little bit here, I'll do a little bit there. And then I'll be like, yep, that was enough. Where's the blessing? Where's the job? Where the job offers now? I did my thing, you know. I opened Unreal for the week, as I opened it once or something. You know, I've been working on this level for a couple of months. So where's my job at? Where the job's at? Yeah, that's not how it works. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. Should I have it curve into this? No. Unfortunately, that is not how it works. So I gotta lock in. Also save often. With Unreal, it's finicky. It's like the industry. Well, I wouldn't even call it the industry standard, but like it's the one that a lot of beginner companies and whatnot. Oh, they just flipped? I didn't know that. But it's also it gives you so many options that it's kind of overwhelming. But it is what it is. I could just lower this down, but I like having this hill type situation. I'm trying to also work in some verticality. Well, not too much verticality, but like not just have a flat terrain and buildings around. I'm trying to think outside of not the norm, not just the norm, but think outside of not just the box. Just think just slightly differently, you know? I don't know. I don't want to start thinking about stuff like, is this what I want to do, or should I like? I feel like it's not that it's too late to pivot and do something else, but I feel like my life, I've pretty much, I guess it's bad that I've kind of put all my eggs into this whole game design basket. Not all of them technically, but I went to school for this. I was just kind of what I would want to do, what I would like to do, and for to then turn around and be like, actually, I just remembered I'm 27. I've been telling people I'm 28 for like the whole year, but come to find out I'm 27, turning 28. But I don't know. Something like that would make more sense if I was like 23 or something. I feel like in the early 20s, you can afford to change your mind and change your whole what's the word I'm looking for? Career path, career trajectory. I don't know now. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I just need to, if I am gonna quote unquote uproot my whole trajectory, I need a plan. That's one thing. I'm a creature of habit, and so if I don't really have a plan, I'm already hesitant on whatever we're talking about. I'm already hesitant. But if there's a plan involved, if I can kind of think of some high level action items that I can check off, or that would give me a little peace of mind. Give me a little peace of mind at least. The heck? Oh, that's there. That's just put there. We'll see. We'll see. Right now, the plan is still to maybe not work for a AAA studio, but the plan is still to be a game developer. That being said, though, I did talk to, maybe a year or so ago, I talked to developers for a game that I just published on the Game Pass on Xbox. Like a small indie title, a little multiplayer thing, 2D side scroller. And what I would probably have to do so that I could kind of be a little more independent and kind of continue to grow towards being able to take care of myself fully. Because right now I still kind of rely on familial help, and I'm 100% grateful for it. Don't get me wrong, 1000% grateful for it. But everybody wants to be, wants to be independent at some point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm also trying to grow other skills in the same realm as game design. So like for my church, I do a little graphic design. Like I'm waiting for the video. I kind of do a little social media management for the church's socials, a little graphic design for the church's socials, stuff like that. And by doing that, I know it's through Canva, not through like Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. But I'm also trying to like be a little multifaceted, kind of have a lot of things that I can do. I guess the next step for that would be to brush up on Adobe skills, because that's the one thing that we did do in high school. In my high school, one of the things that was taught to us was the Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, a little bit of Adobe Illustrator and a little bit of Adobe Photoshop, enough to get certified. We all got certified. It was literally like a test. One of the tests in class was to become Adobe certified. I mean, it was like an open book test. Like, we could use the notes that we took in class and whatnot. But we actually got certified. But that was also, at this point, this is back in like 2014. So, like, 11 years ago. It's kind of crazy to think that I've been out of high school for 2025. Deadass marks the 10-year anniversary of high school, so that's fun. All things considered, I had a great time. But yeah, one of the things that they had us do in high school was, what did I just do? One of the things they had us do was we get Adobe certified. And by getting Adobe certified, you know, they taught us a little graphic design, taught us enough to like do little projects here and there, little line work and stuff. I remember one of the assignments, the teacher let us pick out a character, and we basically had to trace over them and like color them in Illustrator. And I chose Baby Rosalina. Just trying to be different. Like, at the time, well, even now, I'm, you know, still huge Nintendo fan. And in making that project, I chose Baby Rosalina, which I think was only like fan art at the time. I think that was only fan art. I don't think that was real. Like, of course, the Wii U and Mario Kart 8 didn't come out yet when we did that project. So Baby Rosalina was, I say all that to say, that was one of the things that we did. Did a lot of line work in Illustrator. I think, I don't have any of those assignments now, but I think I wasn't bad at it. I remember at the time I found Illustrator to be way easier than Photoshop, and I was like, I mean, now I understand both have their pros and cons, or both have what they're good at, but I was like, I'm way better at Illustrator than I am at Photoshop. Like, it seems like there are less things to worry about with Illustrator. Like, Illustrator was just way easier. But again, 9-10 years ago. So I'd have to reteach everything. It's like graphic design and all, the same thing with coding. I haven't coded a damn thing. I mean, outside of learning mechanics and blueprints, but that was really just following tutorials or stuff like that. But I haven't like sat down with Visual Studios and C++ literally since college, which is funny because I remember our senior project. Our senior project wasn't even in C++. We used like JavaScript, which was hilarious because at the time, I'm pretty sure everybody on my team, they know JavaScript now, but at the time, I'm fairly certain none of us knew JavaScript. So it was like every time we got together, it was nothing but Googling. We pretty much had to Google everything. We made it work though. Our project was pretty good. I feel like if I could go back in time, I would have been a little more diligent on trying to keep up with that. Problem is, everybody I knew, or everybody on that project, all my friends, they all went to their jobs after college, and I went to grad school. So technically, we were all busy. I mean, nobody would have known that the world was going to die like a year later, but we were all busy. So we didn't have time to have a little app a app that would connect people to local businesses or local wasn't businesses specifically, but it was like local services on campus. It's a good idea. I'm pretty sure somebody's may have done it by now. I need to log in. But I feel like I don't want to just sit here and not say anything. It's weird. Hmm. I'm hungry. The hell? Oh, okay. I had it open twice for a second. The plan is to technically kind of have everything kind of like a target where this little structure here is the focal point, and we have a couple of buildings along this outskirts, or at least these buildings along the outskirts, and maybe have like a smaller target right here that's more of like a bazaar type of thing. But I gotta get what's up here onto here. That's the fun part. Actually, let me do this. Kind of wish I grew up doing game design. I didn't know game design was a thing till like high school. I didn't know coding was the thing till like high school, honestly. Like I grew up playing games and stuff, but I didn't grow up doing anything coding related until I got to high school. I wish I would have known. How could I, honestly? Honestly, our computer, I keep saying honestly, well, it's kind of a problem, but our little family computer was not strong enough. At least not for, some serious Unity type stuff. I'm sure we could have, if I looked hard enough, I could have found some kind of like plug and play Scratch type of software that I could have used. Did not think about it. A lot of things I wish I probably would have done in hindsight. I don't think I really changed any decisions. It's more like add on to the decisions that I did make. What am I looking for? What am I? Oh, here we go. Just would have added on to the decisions I did make. I ain't got no regrets or anything. The only thing I do regret right now is not eating something before I turn on this goddamn stream. I don't want to order anything either. I took something out to eat. I planned to, well, not really cook anything, but to prepare something, Hey. Not that I can't cook, it's just, I really don't want to. That's why I don't want to clean up after cooking, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to. Pretty sure a lot of people can relate to that. Oh, that's why. It's probably better if I do that. So I'm like, why the heck is the little a little lopsided. Also, how the hell did this happen? The hell? The hell is going on right now? The whole .999 thing kind of irritates me. I remember in grad school before the world died, there was one project that me and a friend of mine was doing where we had to pretty much like make up a board game or something. That was part of the curriculum. Was that it wasn't just video games that we worked on. We worked on like all assets of gaming. So it was like card games, tabletop, all that stuff. And so one time, our tabletop game required cards of sorts. And so he had came to class with the cards. And, you know, he needed help cutting them out because, you know, we were going to play test the games and stuff in class. And so I had did, like, the game board situations where I, like, went to, like, Walmart or whatever, found, like, a bunch of push pins and a cork board and made, like, I think our game was, like, sea-themed or something where we'd, like, be on boats or something like that. And so I took care of the game board. And he needed help cutting out the little cards or something, the little collectibles that you could use in our game. And on that day, I realized Eddie struggles cutting in straight lines. I say that, I mean, it sounds silly. It's like, Eddie, what are you talking about? Just, you know, cutting a straight line. It's easy, whatever. But I was helping cutting out the cards, and I think I was talking to somebody at the time, so I wasn't fully paying attention to what I was doing. I was, you know, cutting along the black line, whatever. And my friend, he grabbed one of the cards and he looked at it, and then he looked at me, and I looked back at him, and he showed me the card, and it was like this, you know, it's meant to be like a rectangle, obviously, like a general card shape, and that bitch was fucked up. For lack of better terms, that shit was fucked up, and I'm like, what can you do? Right? What can you say when it was your fault? What can you say when it was your fault? I just had to hold that L. I mean, we laughed about it. It was like, you know, it was a good little laugh moment, but sometimes when it's your fault, you just gotta hold the L. Most of the time, it ain't my fault, because nothing's Eddie's fault, because Eddie is a little trick to avoiding accountability is to do a lot of generalizations, you know? Do a lot of generalizations or a lot of you gotta make them think it's their idea, you know? It's a little mental trick if you didn't already know that. You gotta make them think it's their idea. So this looks fine. I guess what's really gonna sell this is how I paint the landscape. I need to well, kind of get on that. My reference was the city of Mondstadt in Genshin Impact. I've been trying to replicate this ever since not replicate, but like, you know, replicate as closely as possible in my own, little manner. I don't know. It's just something about this city. It seems both. It seems simple in design, but at the same time, in trying to replicate it, I've obviously been hitting some roadblocks. More like I said, I'll do something and I'll be like, well, actually, maybe I should do it this way instead. And that'll happen. But I just feel like something like this is doable, at least in terms of replication. All the buildings seem fairly similar in shape. I don't know. I'm trying to do something similar like this. Like, clearly the focal point of this space all leads up to the cathedral. It's like one of the first places you go to in the game, which has the statue that you can see from, like, you can't see what I'm doing. You can see a statue from, like, this point here. So everything, flow-wise, everything flows towards that cathedral. And I'm trying to replicate that with this level, with this scene. Not really the level, but this scene. And I mean, if you've gone through the city of Mondstadt, then you know that there isn't like vehicles or barrels or stuff like that. It's kind of just, you have the shops that you can obviously get resources at. But other than that, it's really just these buildings. Yeah, there's stairs. There's stairs that lead to the POIs of this place. Yeah, I always come back to this because this is what I'm trying to replicate with this. When I saw this pack, I was like, this is the time. At first, I was trying to model the stuff myself, and well, that didn't go too well because modeling is another can of worms that I am not that good at. I am not that good at. All things considered, maybe I should add another building here. Maybe not a building, but make this like a farmland. There are no animals in this pack, but I could make it look like an animal would be here. And of course, this is meant to be like the focal point, the tallest building, perched up a little bit by the landscape. Okay. Let me get to, not a stopping point. Well, the stopping point so I can eat something, but as far as the stream goes, whoa, whoa, did not know about that. Whoa, it's unreal. I'm always learning something. Something as simple as a mispress of a button. But I think in terms of replicating this, a lot of the buildings are fairly close together, which is probably something that makes it obviously feel a little more cozy, a little more compact, a little more lived in. So I should probably replicate that too, to an extent at least. I need to make them too close. feel like I should have some sort of border. And a building right here. Doesn't seem too bad. Although in terms of logic, I should probably move this to not right there. That makes more sense. This is kind of coming together. I had these little bases for the buildings because I was like, the whole base was this little tile situation. And I was like, how do I differentiate the tile or differentiate buildings from just a regular walkway path thing? That was the thing I came up with. It worked for the most part, but I think the terrain tool is definitely the better option. Okay. Hold on. First things first. I'm getting overwhelmed, a little distracted. Oh, sorry. Okay. The landscape tool. I had these little pieces right here. I don't think what I was doing was bad. It was definitely not the most optimal way of going about it, though. I think in a situation like this, starting with the landscaping tool and kind of building around that is probably, since this is a little more naturey and not more formulaic like an actual building, it makes more sense to start off, you know. Completely lost my train of thought. What am I missing? Hold on. Just thought about it. Am I missing comments? They usually should come straight to the OBS. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't. looks like an outhouse. And luckily for this situation, this is mainly just meant to be an environment, a little scene. So the actual anatomy of the inside of the buildings, though fully modeled, mind you. Like, I appreciate whoever made this. Shout out to you. But the actual insides don't entirely matter too much. And ideally, I think if I were to give every single one of these, or whichever, like Genshin Impact only has a couple builds you could actually go into, you probably just make those separate levels. Obviously, you just fade to black, load in the next scene, something like that. Thing about this is, because the pieces are all so modular, I have to add every single detail. Well, I mean, I say it like it's a bad thing, but it's more like just thinking out loud type of thing. Where's the whole move to situation? I don't know. Yeah, in a situation like this, the layout is part of it. But what really sells is just the accoutrement. All the little pieces that really make this feel like a, like a lived-in scenario. Mm-hmm. I haven't changed the scale of anything. Or have I? No, yeah, everything should still be 1-to-1. I say that because I was going through one of the model levels that they give you to show off, like, what you can do and stuff like that. And either it was one of the models that they did or one of the early iterations of this level, and it was like I got stuck on the geometry. I got stuck on the geometry. Kind of hilarious that they really got me teaching level design to these kids. I say these kids just instinctively. I'm fairly certain they're not that much younger than me, but I only say it's funny because I know conceptually level design, but I've never actually done it for like a studio. Not yet, at least. Gotta speak it. Gotta speak it. Not yet. It's also funny because the teacher that hired me for the job, they originally hired me just to teach intro to level design, and they would get somebody else to teach advanced level design. But a couple of things have happened since that teacher hired me. One, that teacher is not there anymore. That lady has gone on to do something else. You know, all the best to her. So, you know, there's that. The teacher's not there anymore. And as far as I'm aware, I'm like the only level design teacher here. I'm not the only person that's capable of teaching level design. I'm sure the other game design teachers could step in and teach the class if necessary. I'm pretty sure before I got here, that's what was happening. But as far as I'm aware, they are not looking for an advanced level design teacher. I am now the advanced level design teacher, which is hilarious. It's like, ideally, yes, I've done level design, but not on a professional level. Not on a only level design I've done is in school. So, you know, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the opportunity. You know, I'm not knocking it. I'm just pointing out the facts. Just simply pointing out the facts. However, I will say though, I feel like if I can get proficient in like Unreal to a point to where I can make a couple levels myself, yeah, obviously using some pre-made art assets, but if I can make a couple of things, I think that'll definitely be what I need. That's like, at least for me, that's like the missing piece that I don't have. Excuse me. I feel like right now, Lord's giving me all this free time because he's like, you need to, you know, you're not there yet. You're not there yet. You think you are, and I do. I think I am. But the Lord's like, slow your roll there, big bro. Slow your roll there, little man. You ain't there yet. I mean, I get it. I get it. I do. I do. I think I'm there, but the Lord's like, chill out. Chill out, little man. Chill out, little man. You're right there. You're on the cusp. You are on the cusp. But you're not there yet. And I'm like, for real? Like, yeah, man, why would I lie to you, little man? Why would I what do I gain by lying to you? I'm like, you right. Alright, you right. You not there yet, little bro. I'm like, alright, Lord. Alright. I got no choice but to trust you, so if you don't think I'm there yet, And I guess I ain't there yet. I guess I ain't there yet. I will say though, level design, or at least what I think is level design, which is this, just making environments, I enjoy this. At least I feel like because I enjoy it, I'm on the right path. I feel like because I enjoy it, I'm on the right path. I just need to get to a point to where I can support myself by doing this. Like, if I could support myself by doing this, maybe I got like another job on the side, honing these video editing skills. Speaking of which, I need to edit some clips for social media. I know social media is a competitive market. Everybody trying to do it. All these kids trying to be content creators. I get it. But shit, I might as well throw my hat in the ring too. Any way I could use these skills that I learned, either in tandem, if I could, I don't know, find like not like a big a firm or anything, but if I could find something that pays me to learn another skill, pretty much, I might consider that too. Preferably in the digital realm, learn another digital skill. I don't know what that looks like. What am I missing? This house gonna be lopsided. That's another thing about making these levels. I was thinking about this in regards to like Assassin's Creed. In Assassin's Creed, a lot of the times, the environment, is parkourable, if that's what you want to call it. And so my thought was, do they make the environment first and then tweak it to make like all the parkour paths that you can use, like at least in Unity. In Unity was my favorite. So do they go for historical accuracy first? No, that's dumb. Do they go for historical accuracy first and then add? That scared me. Do they go for historical accuracy first and then add extra pieces to make the parkour routes? Or do they make the parkour routes first and build the accuracy around it? Because like in Assassin's Creed Unity, at least, the France that you run across is pretty one-to-one. It's pretty one-to-one. So I guess it's more of the former than the latter, in the sense that they make the environment first and then add little pieces to help with the parkouring routes. I don't know. 'Cause I was thinking there's a game idea that I have that I would love to do, and I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it out loud, just in case, for whatever reason, somebody is listening to the stream and they were like, almost got you. You know, they taking notes and stuff and stealing ideas. But I think it's a good idea. I just need a little bit more blueprint experience. I need to. Cause I was trying to. There is another game idea. I mentioned it on social media a while ago, but I'm trying to do another a squirrel game where it's a mix of. Hold on. Before I finish that, what am I trying to do right now? I'm not doing anything. What am I trying to do? What am I trying to do? Let's do a landscape. So it's a squirrel game. It's a mix of the Untitled Goose Game and Goat Simulator, but it's as if Goat Simulator turned around and made a squirrel game, but it has the mission structure of the Untitled Goose Game. And so in making that a reality, because I'm still trying to make it a reality, I need to pretty much learn how to meld mechanics together. Because I think I was before I took a break because I got stuck trying to do the UI, and so that's why I'm here. But in trying to do that, I'm trying to meld mechanics together, and I need to better understand, I guess, the mechanics I'm working with, so that I understand what's wrong with them. This looks pretty decent. So how is this gonna work? First things first. Can do that, because this will be like a pathway. This will be a pathway. That leads out. Let's flatten this. Oh my god. Oh wait, easy fix. What am I doing? I'm like, this is turning less into a village and more like a dang roller coaster with all these fucking loop-de-loops and shit. Let's just bring this up. I could easily just bring that up too. Not too up. Yeah. And what I can do is what I could better yet. Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, dang, they got a whole shit that didn't move. Got a box in there? Oh, shoot. Uh-oh. That ain't it. I had these bases. It's like in some cases it's not that bad. So, what? That is not what I was expecting to happen. got an idea, but how should I go about this? Because I think I'm going to use these. Oh, hold up. As walls? I don't got a bottom, so maybe not. Something like this. Doesn't make any sense, does it? I mean, it does, kinda. But I guess it makes more sense as this is just around this. Maybe scooch these back a little. Alexa, turn on bedroom lights. It's starting to get bright again.
Okay.
I'll scooch this like this. And I was just really proud of this little idea. I want to keep it. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I think I figured it out. Honestly, it's probably simpler than I needed to be, or simpler than I made it out to be. Yeah, obviously. Let's do something like that. I could just build the terrain around it. I wonder if this is how most people use a terrain tool. I'm over here thinking I'm reinventing the wheel. When somebody who's adept with Unreal is like, yeah, you could obviously do that. I don't know what took you so long. So another thing I've told my students a couple times, there's no right way. There's no one answer for level design. It's more of just as long as the player doesn't get lost. It's like the one thing that we as level designers are trying to avoid. It's like the one thing we're trying to avoid. Excuse me. You could have levels that generally probably wouldn't make sense for you, or like a level that is like, yeah, I wouldn't have done that, but it works. Honestly, level design is just a lot of trial and error. That's why in my class, what we do, at least what I try to do, is I just kind of teach them the basics. Not the basics, but conceptually what makes a good level, you know? Honestly, this whole teaching thing, I'm still fairly new to it. Like I said, I don't really enjoy teaching, but it's just the cards I was dealt right now. Just the cards I was dealt. Oh no. It's actually not bad. It's kinda coming along. Hmm? I never seen that before. There's stairs. Oh. Well, it's kind of. a bit of a stretch, but I guess I could do something like this. Oh, I'm so good at modeling and just make whatever I needed. I wouldn't even know where to start. That's a lie. I wouldn't know where to start. It's just, ugh. These days, you can literally Google anything. Maybe it should be like a L-shaped staircase. Nah, let's go with the first thought. This terrain is fucked up. It's actually not that bad. It's actually not that bad. Well, all things considered. Ethically, it's probably the worst staircase of all time. Well, not ethically, but structurally, I guess. Structurally makes more sense. Now is this. Wonder how much stuff with game design is like kind of like swept under the rug, I guess, just for the sake of maybe ease of time. So like in this case, because the likelihood of somebody coming down here in exploring this scene is very low, it's like you kind of let this slide type shit. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I guess with stuff like that, that's how you get like glitches and stuff, right? And I guess from here, I would just kind of paint it, right? In the, well, with what's available, I could just do, do a little of that. Being left-handed, using the arrow keys to control the camera is always, I gotta remember, because my hands are usually on WASD, because because that's, you know, going straight to extra or oh shoot. Well, that's why I put it right there. Actually, we'll just. Let me see some.
Bro, the level.
Okay. It shouldn't take me too long to warm up what I'm gonna eat. Should I stop the stream here? We've been here for about an hour 45. Should I stop the stream here, or should I try and stream like, I don't know. I've been in the real rivals mood lately. I don't know why. Hey, relax. I know what you're thinking. And I am a Squirrel Girl. I'm a Squirrel Girl player. I play all the easy characters. I don't want to hear it. I play the easy characters. I do. And I will. And I have my fun. I don't want to hear it. I say that to say I'm not getting back into Rivals because of all the skins. Relax. I realized after I said it that, you know, Rivals is kind of in the zeitgeist right now because they got all the summer skins and stuff. Relax. I'm enjoying just playing the game in general. Not ranked, obviously. I'm not a psychopath. Hold up. A friend of mine just got on. Maybe if they playing something, I'll stick around a little bit. What are they playing? They're playing some bullshit. Y'all want to play some bullshit? Well, actually, shit, they didn't even ask me to play. So I might just end the stream here. I think this was good. I think I'm going to try and do more of these later on. At least work for about an hour or hour and a half. Maybe transition to a game or two. But right now, I need to get something to eat because I feel my stomach cannibalizing itself. So this is good. This is a good test run. I think this keeps me, even if I'm rambling, it keeps me in front of the computer. So with that in mind, I'm probably going to do this more often. Stream whatever I'm working on. It may be this. I might try my hand at replicating a mechanic from a video game I like and see if I can make a level out of it. I basically just need to make things to show off, so I can whenever I go apply for jobs, I have new stuff to show off, even if it's very rough, even if it's just a level with no pizzazz, no flair, or if it's just a scene with no mechanics. I just need to get things made so that people can see that I'm still doing things. I'm still, you know, I'm not just twiddling my thumbs. I'm not just playing Rivals. Relax. I'm not playing Rivals for the goon skins, bro. I know that's what everybody's saying. Oh, you play Rivals? Oh, you play Psylocke, don't you? Relax. I don't play Psylocke. Psylocke takes too much skill. Relax. I don't play Psylocke. I don't play Luna Snow. Luna Snow takes too much skill. I play Jeff, Invisible Woman, little Cloak and Dagger, you know what I'm saying? I got healers under my belt. I got the easy DPS under my belt because I know I stay in my lane. I have my fun. I don't care what if toxicity comes my way, it don't matter. I have my fun. I play my game. I go to sleep. That's what matters, all right? Some of y'all should take notes to that. Rivals community is ridiculous. I don't know if it's toxic Overwatch fans that's just that's migrated to Rivals. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if these are the Marvel Twitter loser bros coming over to Rivals. I don't know what the deal is. I play my game. I go. That's all I know. I play Squirrel Girl, Scarlet Witch, Mr. Fantastic. I might dabble with a little Namor, a little bit. He take a little bit more skill because you actually got to aim with Namor. But it take a little skill with Namor. Little Moon Knight. You know what I'm saying? Little Moon Knight, maybe. I play all the easy characters. You want to know why? Because I don't give a fuck. I play what I play. I don't care what everybody say. So, there's that. But all that to say, it don't even matter. I might, because for whatever reason, and I know it's just like, if you play Rivals, just play Rivals on PC so you don't have to stream your game over. I don't know why streaming my game over has that input problem. I looked into it and I'm just yapping now. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get something to eat. Y'all be easy. And if I am streaming my work again, hey, keep me accountable, hold me accountable. If it seems like I'm kind of just twiddling my thumbs, bro, say something. Say something, bro. Get on me. Help me so that I could give y'all better content. So, hey, when I start making some money, I give y'all better content. We can play some more games, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. All that to say, I'm going to go get something to eat. Y'all be eating.